Welcome to the Warhammer 40k universe. A universe so big that there are hours of videos dedicated to teaching you how it all works. I don't understand any of it. All I know is that we are the good guys. We play as the Space Marines, specifically Demetrius Titus, a dishonored Marine from the Ultramarine chapter. A totally normal and definitely not a bit weird cocky club of kids who worship our Emperor, HASTUNE MIKU, designated savior of mankind. In fact, all humans in the 41st millennium worship HASTUNE MIKU, and I don't know, the forces of chaos seem pretty chill when they're not slaughtering the human population. Was it something I did?
Miku!
So the game begins with us getting pushed out of a transport and crashing into the ground below, and then visually assaulting me with the crazy high mouse sensitivity. We rush to the crash site. I think we have a bit of a bug problem. Like, holy shit, why are there so many? It is here where we, the player, first learns how to move, first learns how to fight. What do you mean I can't go that way? It's clearly traversable. Oh wait, you wanted me to go this way? I had no idea. Why are the waypoints only active when you hold tab? Hey man, that's a huge ass rock. Are you sure you can? Oh, okay. Moving further on into the jungles of Vietnam, the rest of the bugs are now conspiring to kill me in what is obviously just a huge misunderstanding. Like, sir, I am simply acting in self-defense. Please leave me alone. It is here where we discover that these are not only any ordinary bugs, but instead sentient life forms and organisms capable of forming thought. Which is why I'm here to kill them all. Seriously, if you haven't seen Warhammer 40k, I'll save you the 200 hours of reading and summarize it as just big one race war. As we find the virus bomb, Titus, the main character who is not yet named, runs to the launch facility because the goal is to launch this bomb into the atmosphere and detonate it. Once we make it into the facility, we are, holy shit, what has happened here? We make it to the missile after some light enemy resistance, only to have the whole horde be alerted to our presence. Titus, an experienced and calm space marine, kills the entire horde by himself before launching the payload. Once the bomb is launched, Titus makes a heroic last stand in which an endless number of enemies rush him accompanied by a Carnifex, which completely destroys me. So much so that it leaves Titus on the brink of death only to be saved by mysterious gunfire and waking up in a random room. I have no idea who that is.
I pooped myself.
Excuse me?
Or HASTUNE MIKU.
Titus is revived using the Rubicon surgery, as issued by Lord Kelgar. An ethical surgery with no humanitarian rights violations at all. I mean, this is the future. Human rights were abolished centuries ago, hence the extensive human slavery. The mission objective is simple. Actually, it's quite complicated, involving this guy. Our objective is to deal with a two-pronged assault by the Tyranids against both Kadaku and Avarax. Currently, we are evacuating Kadaku and abandoning it in favor of supporting the more populous world Avarax. The only issue is, we're missing the Aurora device, a plot MacGuffin that, we want, apparently. Seriously, I hope we're not about to walk into the trope of collecting something dangerous to harness its power only to have it used against us and turn out as evil. Welcome to the planet of Kadaku, a lush jungle world. We have a bit of a termite problem. Yeah, this is what Australia looks like on an average day. We begin our lovely scenic tour of Kadaku by encountering suicide bombers. Continuing our journey, we are tasked with recapturing and activating a few orbital defense guns, which can buy us some valuable time to evacuate the rest of the planet and retrieve Aurora. We battle our way through the military base which houses the guns, rejoining with a separated platoon of Astra Militar. It is here where we learn of the continued intelligence of the Tyranids. Not only are they capable of sentient thought and wielding weapons, but we discover that they form societies. Me and the Tyranid boys on the way to the shopping mall. Hello sir, I'd like one Astra Militum smoothie please. As we raise the orbital guns and defend the targeting antennas from the enemy population, we managed to obliterate the orbiting capital ship of the Terminids, presumably destroying the mall which we had purchased our Astra Militum smoothie 2 hours ago. How you will be missed. Once the guns come down, we are all ready for evacuation except the actual important objective we are here for. Archmagos Nozick, the head of the Aurora project, refuses to leave without Aurora. Welcome back to NAM, motherfuckers. On today's list, more war crimes against the Xenos. It is here where we experience our first form of chemical warfare, where we experience what it's like to be the oldest child.
Disappointingly slow progress for...
Shut the f***! It's kinda sus here, isn't it? This is the Lictor, a common enemy who was introduced as our first boss. In terms of bosses, this one is pretty easy, and really, if you go down, that's a skill issue. The Lictor specializes in stealth mechanics and attempts to surprise attack you, which ends pretty poorly for it. That, coupled with its low health pool, and yeah, it's pretty easy. Hey guys, welcome to the rat part of the level. I think I'm going a bit crazy. This room isn't made out of rubber though. The rats are pretty annoying. Canonically, they can crawl into your armor and we have to keep them away with the power of fire. I didn't realize I downloaded Genshin Impact Space Marine 2. After we get through the rest of the level, seriously guys, I'm not joking when I say this level is now 80% rat. Insert rat joke here. We end up having to turn on a few power generators in order to turn on the data terminal. I'm so sick of these rats! Once we power everything up and transmit the data, we witness the death of our beloved Archmagos Nozick. Oh no, chat, I think he's dead. Anyway, the next part of this level is a jetpack level. We are here to dispense some American freedom to the local populace. God damn, I fucking hate these vine things. Hold on, sir, I'll be right with you. In a second, just let me shake the skunk off me first. Anyway, I'm done now. You can have my full attention. Placing the melter charges and detonating the wall between us and the crash site, Titus discovers a ruined Thunderhawk with ominous signage on the parts. Like, talk about in-your-face marketing, am I right? Oh yeah, pay no attention to that. We hated him anyway. That isn't ominous at all. I don't think Titus is, handling this very well. Titus blacks out on the way back to the Resilience and, stumbles upon a literal cult.
Our lives, our purpose, our entire meaning in life. Praise to the Emperor. Praise to the goddess of Hatsune Miku.
Okay. Now that our mission was a major failure due to the literal demons of the universe, the next solution is to locate Marius Luz, Nozick's apprentice and the only one who can continue the Aurora project. He's on Avarax and conveniently missing. So on the way, Titus is counseled by the chaplain, an approachable fellow who definitely does not look like he will kill me at the first mention of the other colors of the color wheel. This is the same guy who was leading the cult, by the way.
Titus, I heard you collapsed upon entering the tainted wreckage. I am concerned.
I was just simply thinking about how painful it would be to lose Hatsune Miku in the warp.
Sergeant Gadriel, I trust you will be able to counsel Brother Titus on the loss of Hatsune Miku should it occur.
Yes, Brother Chaplain.
If the archenemy is present, any weakness can grow into mistrust in our Lord and Savior, Hatsune Miku. Continue listening to her most recent playlists, and they will get you through these tough times of heresy against her.
My faith is without compromise. I will not waver.
I will be watching, Brother Titus.
I am, quite uncomfortable now. Big brother is always watching type R. It's time to head to Avarax and play Duck Duck Goose. Remember guys, no one expects to be goosed as the first duck. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Welcome to Avarax, a planet engulfed in war. I mean, look how beautiful this place is, with towering spires, lovely architecture, and oh, you're here as well. Luz is stationed on this planet somewhere, and well, we have to look for him. We're not quite sure where he is, so our first objective is to locate him with the Mechanicus Cogitator by, ride this lift, to which we are forced to play a minigame of Defend the Chains, failure in which undoubtedly leaves us plummeting to the ground. Hey guys, Frozen here, and welcome to the, dark level. It's just dark. You know, I can really feel the nibbles on my ankles right now. This level has another Lictor, though he isn't nearly as strong. Me and the boys rocking up to burn the bugs on Malevelon Creek. The dark level is followed by, oh my god, it's more of the Hatsune Miku cult. What the fuck is that? That is a Carnifex, a big boy who has exactly 2 attacks. Charge and charge. He's pretty easy to dodge and really not that much of a challenge by itself. He's also sort of cute. If not friend, why friend shaped? After walking over the literal human body waterfall, we spray powder over an open flame. Interesting. We locate Morius Luz under the Temple of Thasian under the Avarax Hive City. We also snooping on classified military files, learning more of the complicated plot MacGuffin that is Aurora. It's very bad actually for our workplace health and safety laws and not even supposed to be here. Before we can deduce the location, the reactor begins to melt down due to the mass suicide of Tyranids. Our next mission is to rescue Morius Luz, and on the way down we get forcefully detoured. So we take our scenic journey to help out the Astra Militant, only to discover the assault being halted by a massive neurothrope holding the bridge. So as we continue to deal with the chemical warfare, we advance up to the elevator and Titus withholds information from his squad. Good one. Once we arrive at the top, we encounter the neurothrope, an enemy we have seen before, except for this one has a fucking massive HP pool. The neurothrope fight isn't too much. Actually, the main problem is the enemies it spawns, but this one is solidly larger than the other ones. Neurothropes launch deadly ranged AoE attacks and buff nearby enemies, so I for one will be glad this fight is over and that I never have to do it again. The execution animation is pretty cool though. Once the Neurothrope is defeated, and try say the word Neurothrope 10 times as fast, we hitch a ride on the Repulsor Space Marine tank, which I have undoubtedly clearly misidentified only for the 40k fandom to come and burn my house down. Inside the temple, we run into a slight problem, which ends in the detonation of a bomb in our comrade's face. Man, who invited the Japanese here? This is the Forces of Chaos, a beautifully sparkly enemy who corrupts those in the mortal realm. They, I think they make Chiron pretty angry. My dad when I don't get him his 20th beer of the day. After spreading some more Imperial propaganda, we fight through more of the Chaos forces and destroy the penetration device that they're using to burrow into the temple. He's pretty beat up. Morius Luz on the way back continues with the theme of complicating everything we do. Titus gets exposed to the whole of Twitter and is now facing severe backlash from his comrades. Titus died holding the power source on Graia. He simply could not have survived. Not even an Astartes can withstand such power. Hashtag Omnisire Truths. The stirring of suspicion has started and, well, the situation on Avarax is much better. Heretic Astartes are popping up in every corner of the planet, and no message to Lord Kelgar can be sent through due to the relay station being surrounded. We're also told to go talk with the chaplain. Oh boy, I wonder what words of Miku he will bestow upon us today.
Titus, the captain has put great faith in you with this mission. Should you reach the relay, your message to Lord Calgar may determine the course of this war. Choose your words wisely.
You doubt my intentions?
It is your actions I will judge. I need not remind you of the consequences you suffered the last time. If you cannot trust in Hatsune Miku, then you are unfit for this duty.
I really like Hatsune Miku's newest album, Warhammer 40k, Murder Them All. On the way down, Titus reveals more about himself. Man, I think this counseling session has really gone well so far. Titus was a Black Shield, deemed so due to the accusation of corruption. I have seen Space Marine 1. They did him pretty dirty for that. As we walk past the military execution, hey, that gate is pretty heavy. Let me help you out with that. As we move through the temple, the hive mind is supposed to be dead. At least that's what they say. This is what I deserve for trusting people I found on Fiverr. Continuing through the temple, I step on a living ID, only to encounter more of the Chaos forces. Little known fact, apparently the Tyranids and Chaos also don't like each other. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That is so cool, that adds like a Sam on it, holy shit. Once we acquire our jump packs, Gadriel totally loses his shit. It is now where we can enter the relay temple. So as we reach the top of this main holding point, oh hi, another Cartifex. Like I said before, this guy is pretty easy when there isn't a bunch of other people. So now that we've killed the first one, oh boy, another one. I don't know what to do now. Thankfully, they finally managed to kill the hive mind. There is no explanation on why it took so long. Me using ChatGPT to graduate Space Marine school and then being tasked with killing a hive Tyranid moment. Smash, next question. So this lady is the sole communication point between us and the rest of the galaxy. She's British, which explains this. This leads to a brawl between Titus and Gadriel with pink borders. I think these two might have a thing for each other. So the Astropath was possessed. This is Imara, a possessed Space Marine Lord who rides a hoverboard. His whole thing is that he shoots at you with various attacks, and once you get him off his hoverboard, I hope you played Elden Ring, because it's time to spam that dodge button. After enough parries and dodging, he'll eventually go down. Well, I mean, actually, he'll just escape. Now that we've gotten home, we receive word that Heretic forces have taken control of the Aurora Research Facility on Demerium, whilst an unknown alien structure supplies power.
Titus, I am troubled by a report I have received from the Astrotelepathica, an accusation of heresy.
The Psyker was possessed.
Your sergeant believed otherwise.
I was mistaken.
You attempted to incapacitate your lieutenant.
Thank Hatsune Miku, I failed.
And now, the only individual capable of reaching Lord Calgar is dead. By your hands. I will be watching all of you. Should I suspect even a flicker of corruption, I will bring Hatsune Miku herself to deal with it. Dismissed.
After being chastised by the chaplain for doing my job, we prepare for the conclusion of this story's chapter. I really hope it doesn't take 3 hours to do the final mission. Welcome to Demerium, a tomb world with no population that we arrived by falling into the portal. This place is filled with chaos and the islands even float, so I don't really feel safe here. Here we get access to the Power Hammer, a weapon for peacekeeping, which allows us to clear the enemies and destroy the Chaos Altar. Oh hi, yes, I'm here to talk about your car's extended warranty. This next part of the level takes 2 hours. I have no idea why it takes so long. I actually had to play the level in 2 parts to be able to finish it. Hey guys, welcome to the inside of the Mines of Moria. This part of the level is very bright actually. Epileptics beware. There's quite a few high-level enemies here. At least there isn't any more rats. I think I'm going a bit crazy. The entire rest of the level is simply just trying to get to loose. A long process which has me being taunted by the deep vocal throat voice number 3. Hi, that sort of looks like me. We continue on for another 40 minutes, only to arrive at, Limbo? One of the final enemies in the entire game. This is a Hellbrute. He's pretty big, hits pretty hard, and pretty easy to dodge and kill. At this point, he isn't really a challenge. Once we kill the Hellbrute, Luz utterly throws the bread by activating Aurora and falling directly into the trap I mentioned so early into this video. We then get the entire roof collapsed on us. All of the Cadian soldiers are completely brain fucked. After we walk through the gates, we have some time for church. In one final desperate attempt, we make a push with all the remaining forces to try and figure out a solution. We push towards the front lines and make one last stand beside our banner. Oh look, another Hellbrute. Well, brother, that did not go well for you. Is it just me or are these cutscenes getting more and more HD as the game goes on? Like, goddamn, let's put all our budget into this one. Hey, where did the budget go? Throughout careful discussion, we decided the best move is to try and move the 1,000-ton floating obelisk and flip it upside down. Coupled with the massive demon bird hybrid thing, might be our best bet. Against all odds, it actually fucking works. With our new plan in action, we set out to flip the spear things. As the obelisks invert, we meet a dreadnought. This guy, I think this guy needs a hug. Following the dreadnought, we play Frame Rate Loss Simulator. There are so many entities on my screen right now. It then throws a fucking rock at the massive dragon. Absolute Giga Chad move. Now that we've turned the last obelisk, the forces of chaos are in rapid retreat, except this massive dragon bird thing. It freezes everyone except us and Calgar, who, through his sheer hatred, fucking walks through the Immaterium. So we follow him straight into our final boss fight. In our final fight against Imura, we get teleported to the Shadow Realm. Yu-Gi-Oh! Let it burst. This guy now decides to use a fucking dragon to help him with the fight. Like, come on, man, isn't that just a bit too one-sided? The dragon launches massive AoE attacks, but we can dodge all of them. Damn, they really took the Elden Ring dodging and made it into a human. The dragon is pretty annoying, given its massive size, but with enough bullets, even the strongest of foes will fall. I don't know where I am. Is this what Limbo's like? We reunite with Lord Kelgar and run the gauntlet to the ending. This part of the level is dark, but luckily with no rats, and I think I'm not going crazy this time. You know, except for the endless enemies. Like, no joke, we fight through like 5 waves of the same thing. Man, that bird drag thing, I should really just learn what it's called. Quick Google search later. Oh, much easier to pronounce. The Greater Demon of Tzeek? I've just butchered that name, haven't I? Man, the Greater Demon of Tzeek is pretty strong. Tzeek? After watching Titus age by 40 years and Chiron getting body slammed, Titus grabs the artifact and breaks it in half, ending Imura's campaign.
Brother, it is over. You did it.
Rise, Titus. Your duty is not yet done. For the Emperor! For the Emperor!